Coming up next, it is a middleweight clash between Uriah, Primetime Hall, and Derek Brunson. Well, it's always tough when you draw that high-level wrestler who has a lifetime of experience in a one-on-one competitive situation. Prevailing wisdom is he'll have the wrestling advantage in this one tonight.
As his dad said, the moment he introduced him to the sport, he knew that he was made to be a wrestler. The kid slept in his headgear. He only wants to wrestle, and by doing that, he puts you in danger. He's constantly in your face, constantly trying to dig at your gas tank. He goes from transition to transition, single to double to high crotch. It does not matter the attack. He just knows that he will give you so much to process in terms of the wrestling that eventually he will get you to the ground.
You ever sleep in your headgear?
I sleep in my headgear.
All the time?
All the time.
All right, big one for him here tonight. Let's get to it. Well, pretty much every time out in the UFC, DC, this man has put on a striking clinic, and that is his methodology coming in here tonight. He'll try to keep the fight on the feet.
And that's why we tune in, right? That's why we tune in. We tune in to see guys that are dynamic. We tune in for the speed. We tune in for the knowledge of the striking game, the ability to set traps, the ability to find the jab, the ability to find the right hand, the right kick, the left kick, the knees, the elbows. He truly uses every weapon that he has in his arsenal to try and finish his opponents. You make one mistake, night's over. You cannot make mistakes against a guy that has the striking acumen of this guy right here.
And the jab is not as underutilized a weapon as it was in MMA, say 5 or 7 years ago, but he's got as good a jab as anyone in the business, and that is where all of his striking flows off of. We'll see how it goes for him in this matchup tonight. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight fight. Both fighters identical in age. Hall will have a 2-inch reach advantage. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. When the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Heath Loving. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a wrestler, holding a professional record of 23 wins, 8 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Wilmington, North Carolina, Derek Brunson. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a karate fighter, holding a professional record of 18 wins, 10 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Queens, New York, Uriah Primetime Hall.
Okay, guys, protect yourself at all time, obey my command at all time. If you want to touch love, do it now, go back to your corner. You ready?
All right, so here we go, round 1 of this highly anticipated tilt between the strong striker and the decorated grappler. Any chance that these guys mix it up, or are you just expecting them to stick to what got them to the dance?
I'm expecting a pretty straightforward approach from both of these fighters. The striker will try to lead with his punches and his kicks, and the grappler will try to time a takedown, time a clinch position so he can start to work towards a lot of those great judo throws that he possesses. Once on the ground, he is in his realm and will start to chase submissions. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back in range.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by the gentleman.
Man, he's just got a great feel for the striking realm early in this one.
The timing is on point. He's doing a great job of mixing everything up.
Ball combination lands was, and it seemed like almost every strike found the target there.
He's so accurate when he decides to attack. It is a sight to behold.
Oh, he landed that kick to the outside of the lead leg there, DC.
He is chopping up that leg. They say chop down the tree. You beat your opponent by slowing him down first with those nice outside leg kicks.
So 1 minute into this fight, and as many people expected, the action absolutely crazy, back and forth, just a full-on brawl, DC.
It's hard to watch a fight like this and call a fight like this because you never know when somebody's going to take that one shot that finishes the fight. Big punch lands over the top. How's he going to follow this one?
Clipped with a right-hand counter. Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active. Big shots being landed on both sides here.
Nice kick.
Just over 3 minutes to go. Well, that left hand has been there at times, not on that attempt. So 33 total strikes have landed for Derek Brunson.
Beautiful strike.
Oh, left hook to the head, it's blocked.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick. Liver kick, if you take those kicks, it's gonna shut your body off.
Nice 1-2 there. Checks that leg kick.
Big punch lands through the middle.
Oh, vintage stuff there. Nice combination of strikes by Hall.
Oh, nice. Nice.
2 minutes to go.
He's very tricky when he throws that body kick.
And he landed the right hand there.
Nice straight punch.
You wonder if the offensive fighter is going to start to get frustrated here. Most stiffed on all of these shots are getting blocked.
They're getting blocked because he's fighting one of the best defensive fighters in the UFC.
Just misses with the right. Single collar tie now. Oh, tags him with the straight. Nice job there by Hall.
Good punch lands.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Throws the right hand there. Tries the flying knee to no avail.
I mean, he's cutting down the size with these beautiful leg kicks. Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Right hand on point. Hall gets hit by that leg kick.
Digging kicks.
Just missing on the high kick there. Brunson gets hit by that leg kick. May not be a bad idea to start to check some of these. 5 minutes in the books. All right, that's the end of the round, and you see the cut on the cheek. That thing is getting downright nasty. It is getting worse here by the minute. And you got to wonder, to what extent does that impact him moving forward here in this fight? You at least have to ask the question. All right, let's take a look back at some of the replays from that last round.
Unbelievable to see these high-level competitors get in each other's face, tuck their chin, bite down on the mouth guard, and just let it all hang out over the course of 5 minutes.
All right, second round now underway. I'm no analyst, but a little bit of a feeling out process there in round one.
And that's a part of being in the octagon with someone that's so skilled. You cannot just go after them guns a-blazing. Both of these young men are trying to find the right moment to attack.
Oh, he lands a massive kick here. Punches blocked. Oh, and he lands another strike to the body. Not a ton of real estate there, but he certainly found it. Try to establish that jab. Man, striking class is in session. Beautiful punch there.
Great job landing. What a damaging punch. He's got to be careful dipping his head when he's throwing that jab.
Oh, pretty good entry here on the double leg takedown. No good. Brunson gets hit with that elbow. You don't want to take too many more of those. Well, he's doing a nice job here blocking these shots. The chin is tucked, the hands are high. Pretty good job defensively thus far.
Great job defensively. He's seeing everything coming.
Well, he's been pretty accurate tonight. He's landed some significant strikes, but his corner's looking for him to mix it up a little bit more and just throw more volume.
Because they don't see too much of a threat. This guy has to have confidence in knowing that when he extends his combinations, he's still safe, but he's also going to be able to land. He's got to be finding that confidence in his mind that all the reps in the training room are going to pay off.
85 total strikes have now landed for Derek Brunson, and connecting with just a 36% accuracy there against Uriah. Oh, lands another punch there. Not a mean guy. He's just doing the smart thing.
Oh, he has to be attacking that cut, John. I mean, if he's not, then he's doing his opponent a favor. Attack that cut. Make him pay for it.
Under 3 minutes now to go in round 2.
I mean, look at the commitment to kicking in this fight.
Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round 2, definitely picking up the pace after round 1. So he got the message from the corner, and now he is taking control of this second round. He blocks the punch. Oh! Visibly limping here. Oh, he got that inside leg kick to the target there, DC. You don't want to eat too many of those.
No, you can't. It starts to beat up the inside thigh. That is a technique you use to really slow down your opponent.
Well, you got to think he's going to enjoy watching this one back tomorrow morning. He has landed a ton of significant strikes, and really a guy who has been a monster in the gym, finally putting it together here in Boston.
To go home and admire your work, it doesn't take till the next morning. He's going back to the room right now and firing up the video to look at beauty in action, and he was the one causing all the action. Look at him yank the head and land that beautiful punch from the clinch. Nice.
Minute and a half to go, round 2. Oh, nice counter to land the left hook there. Well, he walked into his opponent's range there and ate that hook. He was unprotected, unguarded, and he's been susceptible to that hook in previous UFC fights. Got to figure out a way to move those feet and ultimately circle out and get that head off the center line. Really timing his shots nicely. Good tempo, very accurate, finding the range with relative ease.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of really overwhelming his opponent with activity. Punch over the top.
Ooh, blocks the shot. Got clipped with the right hand. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? Oh, you gotta like the output here. So aggressive with the strikes. He continues to light him up. Gotta be careful here not to gas out, of course, but you gotta like the offense we're seeing from him, especially in this round. 20 seconds left.
Nice head kick.
Lands with a right hand. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here.
Oh, big punch land.
All right, good job by him there to raise the guard and protect his head.
He's doing a good job of keeping the guard high, blocking his head, making sure he's not taking those damaging strikes up top.
All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this cliff for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
All right, so another round is now underway. Pretty good action over the previous 10 minutes. Your thoughts on what we might see here?
Both of the guys really picking up on the action, putting their foot on the gas, and really starting to drive it home as we approach the end of the fight. And we're still so evenly matched, and the fight has been so close to this point. Oh, big head kick lands.
And there comes the separation now. Oh, lands another beautiful strike to the body, really starting to connect at will when it comes to working the body, and especially effective doing it later in this fight. Didn't see a lot of that from him in the earlier rounds. Outstanding kick there by Hall. Just misses with a left hook there.
You can really limit the mobility of your opponent with those leg kicks. Yeah, he's mixing it all up.
Blocks the shot. Double leg. All right, so you gotta be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Brunson's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken, but starting to show some obvious signs of swelling. Back mount now. Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. So make it 151 total strikes have landed for Derek Brunson. Well, in terms of the accuracy rate, not great, 38% thus far against Uriah Hall. Oh, and he gets tagged. Nice combination there, and might not be a bad idea for the opposition to just tweak that head off the center line.
He was landing one before, now he's throwing everything in combination, and they're all landing.
Just unable to quite find that range. Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about this guy. He hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight.
Ooh, what a punch.
Oh, wicked nice leg kick there, DC.
Can't take too many of those. Oh, nice.
Well, it didn't take him long to get a good read on his opponent, and an immediate transition to the judo throw right into side control.
He's in side control. He's got a ton of options.
All right, north-south position now. We'll see how he chooses to proceed. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kamaru here.
Oh, he's really starting to apply pressure on his opponent here. Different approach here in the last couple rounds, and it's the exact sense of urgency that you want to see from a fighter. Take the judges out of it. Pretty good job by him there to raise the guard and block the strike, keeping those hands up to protect that cut in and around the eye.
He has to keep his hands up. This is not by choice. This is mandatory. It is mandatory that he covers his face. It is mandatory that the body damage is not as important as protecting the eye, because the more the eye gets cut up, the more of a chance the commission will come in and say enough is enough, we have to stop this fight. Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
Brunson gets absolutely melted by that head kick.
Beautiful punch.
Punch coming, it's blocked. 45 seconds remain in the round. Whoa!
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad. Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Every time these guys come together, man, you just hear the punches and everything landing. Both very powerful, very explosive.
And both fighters exchange in the pocket.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Well, looks as though his leg is hurt here. You can even see him limping a little bit. That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. All right, let's take a look back at some of the replays from that last round.
Unbelievable to see these high-level competitors get in each other's face, tuck their chin, bite down on the mouth guard, and just let it all hang out over the course of 5 minutes.
Someone on his cut. Calm down. We knew it was going to be a bloody fight. We knew this, okay? All right, next round is underway. You know these are 2 of the more conditioned fighters on the roster, so cardio is not going to be an issue here. And for some fighters, you know, you can have one of those adrenaline dumps or the cardio abandons you on fight night. Not the case for these 2 guys. Both look very fresh as we start this next round. Well, he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. He continues to connect on a high volume of strikes here.
Nice looping punch.
And an outside leg kick lands. Oh, uppercut to the head, but it's blocked there by Hall. Trying to land the elbow there to no avail.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Slips to avoid the right.
Look at how he turns his hip into that leg.
They continue to exchange. Hall gets touched by that kick right to the body there. Nicely done by the opponent.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks.
Well, you can feel that breeze octagon side after the swing and a miss by Hall. He's got a serious right punch, and he went to it effectively there.
It is his money shot.
Oh, clean entry as he gets the takedown there.
Great entry, great timing, great finish. What a fantastic job by this young man.
All right, good movement by him here on the ground. He really is a master of these transitions.
He is a master of movement on the ground. You never know where he's going to be.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, side control now. I love watching this guy move on the ground. Another nice transition there.
Such a high-level grappler. You don't see that very often.
Bottom fighter trying to control posture, unable to do so.
And now he's in a lot of danger. He's got to grab that head or he's going to get blasted.
Oh, the ground and pound strikes continue to rain down. The opponent better move out of harm's way or the referee's going to stop this.
He better start to move, and when his opponent starts to posture, he needs to put his feet on the hip, push him away to try to escape this very, very dangerous position.
All right, so he postures up here and now figures to rain down some ground strikes.
Yeah, the ground and pound will be aplenty from this position. He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots.
Nice punch lands over the top.
Brunson's lower jaw is just nasty at this point. Really swollen in that area now. All right, 2 minutes now to go in the round.
Sneaky head kick.
Just misses there with the left.
Big kick lands. There's no tell on that leg kick. Nice punch there.
Oh, an obvious limp there. His leg hurting for certain. Blocks the shot. Oh!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
Oh, single collar tie here. that knee might have landed there. Takedown defense holds up.
Nice strike.
Big right hook coming, it's blocked. Just missed with the left there. Oh!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh, he might be out. Both guys landing big shots. "20 seconds now remain in the round."
Way to hide that leg kick. Good stick.
Oh, and he caught the kick. Huge block there. Horn sounds for the end of round 4. Oh, the round is over and blood is just fauceting out of this cheek. That cheek has gotten out of control. Cutman can only do so much, and given the fact that that cut continues to be attacked by the opponent, if this thing gets any worse, they're gonna stop this fight. All right, there's the horn, and what a round it was. DC, take us through the replays.
Punch after punch. He landed him at will. He went right at his opponent, got in his face, and showed, this is my octagon. We are going to dance to the beat of my tune.
Much improved defensively as he blocks the shot. Now connects with a right. Oh, man, this guy kicks like a mule.
So hard. He kicks so hard every time you see him drive his shin into his opponent. Straight punch lands.
Well, we'll see if he can turn this defense into offense, but he's doing a great job blocking shots here tonight.
As of right now, he's thinking more defensively, and he's doing a great job of not taking any damage.
Unbelievable.
Serve him up. Go get him.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Hall. Relentless pressure from the top by Brunson. Man, doesn't take much for the redness to start. Look at the left side of his body there. Nasty. Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here. Just outstanding with the transitions.
He is not staying in one place on the ground, and that's very important.
Well, he's staying pretty effective here, fighting off of his back. Nice strike landed there by the bottom by Hall. Looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively, you better be careful. And they both stand up.
Good punch. There's no give on that leg.
He's got him hurt here. Oh, slips and then rips. Beautifully done. Brunson's got the tie clinch now. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. And now he's got the tie clinch. Right punches there. Hall gets caught with that punch. Not the easiest guy in the world to hit, but he got caught there.
Head kick lands.
Oh, a little single collar tie there.
Right hand punch in the clinch. It almost looked like he went limp there for a second.
All right, it's late in the fight now. I don't need to be a judge to tell you that he is clearly losing. What is a fighter's mental? Wow!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now. He's in trouble. He's getting lit up.
Throwing hard in the pocket.
Great punch landed with so much power.
Under 2 minutes now to go in the fight.
Start looking to finish now. trying to shut the liver down. Oh, that's a nice strike.
And now they are throwing both sides with conviction. Trying to establish that jab once again.
You take more of these leg kicks, you will not be able to be very active.
He's got him hurt here.
Oh!
1 minute to go in the fight. Whoa!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish this fight.
All right, 45 seconds now to go in the round.
Big punch land. Ooh.
.30 seconds now to go in the round. Oh, an educated jab there. I could watch this dude jab all day.
I mean, he's so light on his feet, and when he pops that jab, it comes right back to his face.
Able to land there with the straight left. Unbelievable!
He got him!
Well, it's not every day in the UFC that you see a fight ended due to a leg kick, but that one was absolutely devastating. He took away that lead leg of his opponent, who became a one-legged fighter, and then it became just a matter of time. So, somewhat anticlimactic here tonight, but not for the winner, as he gets one of the bigger TKO wins of his UFC career. So a big win for him here tonight, and he made an even bigger statement by getting it by TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 42 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by TKO, Brunson.
Well, the celebration is on over there in the corner, and nothing subdued about it. They put a lot of time into this training camp and into this performance, and certainly their athlete delivered.
It was a result that they desired. They said, I don't care how this match ends, as long as I'm not standing there waiting on the judges. He got his opponent hurt, and he found the follow-up shots that allowed him to get the TKO.